Right guys, this is pickup video number fuck knows at the moment. There's a lot of stuff here which I'm undoubtedly going to miss out because this is stuff I've been picking up since before I moved into my new place, and in all honesty I can't remember what I picked up since the last video due to the irregular videos. I've got no idea where I left off from now, but I'm pretty sure the ones I'm going to mention today are ones that I didn't mention in the previous video. I should probably look at the other video first, but I'm not in the mood. I hate watching myself, don't you? I'm going to start out with my PlayStation pickups across all three consoles. First out being Mag. Now this game really surprised me. I was expecting it to be really bland, and I've not heard a lot of great reviews about it from mates, but I actually really enjoy it. I like straying from the objective, which my teammates don't seem to like, but I just like exploring. I quite like it, and this kind of game usually isn't up my street, but this time it is. Actually I won't put them there, otherwise it's going to pile on the screen, isn't it? Now, I'll just carry on speaking to myself. Anyway, next up, two more PS3 games which I actually bought online from CEX. And I was a bit dubious about buying from CEX because you go into their store and the products aren't exactly of the greatest quality, but online they were so cheap I thought I'd risk it, and I seriously wish I hadn't now, because the condition in which they sent me this stuff is absolutely disgusting. I mean, these are current gen game releases, so I don't even know how they got in this state. Either way, the first PS3 game from CX is Valkyria Chronicles, and as you can see it is in an absolute state. It looks like it's been water damaged, and all of the manual is like stuck to the inside. It's just disgusting. I can't even put it on display because it's just the side. There's no writing, it's just blips. It plays fine, but I mean the disc condition isn't even that great. If I can get the fucking thing out, there's just massive smear marks at the edge which I can't get rid of. Even the manual has marks on it. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting. How on earth can they send out something in that condition? I mean, it doesn't show you photos and it doesn't state the condition online, but when you buy a product you just expect it to be an okay quality. This it's bin worthy. I mean, I'm keeping this copy at the moment simply so I can play it. I am enjoying the game, by the way. It's probably what I should be talking about, but I'm just utterly disgusted with CX. The game itself is fantastic, but the condition is disgusting, and it's put me off buying from CEX for life. And here's the other game I got from CEX, and again you can see it's been water damaged to fuck. Or even sun damage even, because it's not supposed to be that colour. I mean, I've never owned a copy of the game before, but it is not supposed to be that colour. And the side, it's all smearing off, and I'm positive it isn't supposed to look like that. The condition of this disc is a lot better than the previous one. But I mean, look, here's the manual. I don't know if they're supposed to be different shades, but there is clearly a massive difference there. I mean, in life, I don't know if you can see this on the webcam, but the cover's actually rippled slightly, so you can tell it's been water damaged. But I think that's sun damage that has changed the colour that massively. It's just disgusting. How on earth can they send out games in that condition? I mean, you would semi-expect it from, like, what, a NES, SNES, even PS1 games to be in that condition. They're old now. Getting them in good condition is hard to come across, but for PS3 games of this generation in that state, it is just utterly disgusting. It's the last time I ever give CEX my money. Somewhat better note now, moving on to PS2 games, and I got this game an absolute steal, and it's a game I've wanted for the longest time, and as most of you know, online prices are quite high. It's gone down a bit since the the double pack HD version has been released for the PS3, but it's still quite pricey for a PS2 game really, and it's quite rare you find it in the wild, but for me it is anyway, in the town that I live in. Box isn't in the greatest condition, but I really don't care for the price I got it for, and that game is Shadow of the Colossus. Now I paid £2 for this. £2 for Shadow of the Colossus. That is just a bargain. I don't care what condition it's in, I will pay £2 for any Shadow of the Colossus, even if it was just a disc. I mean, as you can see, the box is a teeny bit tattered at the edge and it's got a bit of discoloration going on, but it's hard to keep cardboard box slip covers and stuff in good conditions anyway. I mean, they look great when you first get them, but they don't age well at all. I mean, this is Xenosaga Episode 2, and I mean, I would consider this fairly good condition for a cardboard sleeved game, and I just drop Shadow of the Colossus. And I try and keep mine in good nick, but they just don't age well at all. But either way, the game plays fine. It is an absolutely fantastic game. I'm fucking thrilled to finally get into it. I will pick up the PS3 copy at some point in time to get the trophies on it, and obviously to see what they've done when they've rezzed it up. But I mean, other than the slipcase, it all seems to be in fairly nice condition. I mean, it is complete, and it's got the manual and the postcards that came with it still as well, which is awesome, because usually stuff like that is missing when you buy games like this, which is a shame. But no, I'm very, very pleased with this game, and it is a complete steal from Blockbuster, and I can't wait to finish this game. It's just absolutely beautiful. I'm rambling now. Right, 2 PS1 games. First up being Heart of Darkness. Now, I haven't played this yet, I only got it yesterday, again for £2 from Blockbuster, which I think is an absolute steal. I don't know much about this game, I've heard some good things about it, I look forward to playing it. The condition is just great. Both discs are perfectly fine. Manuals there, no complaints whatsoever. Next PS1 game is Oddworld Abe's Odyssey. I loved this game as a kid. I've been meaning to pick it up and put it into my collection for a long time, but it's quite pricey online. A little bit disappointed that I have got a platinum copy. I was so excited that I found it in Blockbuster at the time that I didn't even pay attention to it. But I'm sure I'll get a black label copy at some point. I'm just happy to have it in the collection. Again, it's in great condition. I got it for £2, so you can barely complain, can you? But that's it for PlayStation so far. Moving on to Xbox 360. The first Xbox 360 game that I've picked up since the move, I think, is Metro 2033. This game is awful. I played about 3 hours of it. Don't like where the story's going, hate the controls, gameplay is horrible, I can't get along with it at all. Even the setting I don't like. I don't like the whole Soviet Russia thing at the best of times, that they've just made it even more blander than it seems. Next is Dragon Age 2. I haven't played much of this yet, I reckon about 5 hours, which in general game terms is a fair amount, but when it comes to RPGs it's nothing. I'm really liking this, and a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this, but I prefer this to the first game. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Next up is a game I got from CEX at the same time as those 2 PS3 games actually, and this one came in a reasonable condition, which I'm happy about because it's for my 360 collection, and as you all know I'm going for a complete 360 collection, so it's good to have it in good condition. And it's a fantastic game, I'm so happy to have it in my collection. That's King of Fighters 12. I love this. You should know me by now, I love my beat 'em ups. I love my Marvel vs Capcom. I love my 2D playing fighters, they're just great. I'm having a great time with this. And it's made me want to pick up King of Fighters 13 now, but I'm going to wait until it drops in price a bit first. Next, you would have seen I've mentioned it in a previous video. If you watch my previous videos, a lot of you don't, doesn't matter though, I make my videos for me. And that's Street Fighter Cross Tekken. What a game. Been waiting for this for the longest time. And it's just beautiful. The Tekken characters play so smoothly in the Street Fighter engine. I'm just in love with this title. I can't wait for the downloadable content. Even if they are on the disc, I will pay for them. I want my extra characters. I can't wait to play as Blanca in this. I am going to pick it up for the PS3 at some point as well, because I do want to see how Pac-Man controls. It seems quite interesting. But this is a fantastic game, and I'd recommend it to anyone. Even if they've only played one or the other game, it is great. Obviously you're going to get on with the game a lot better more if you've played Street Fighter. But if you play Tekken, the skills aren't really that transfer. Sorry, I'm slurring my words now. The skills really aren't that transferable, but yeah, it's worth playing it just to see them in the new style. It's just absolutely fantastic. What a game. Next is a game I haven't played much yet, and I've wanted it ever since it came out, but I wanted to wait for it to drop cheap, and I managed to get it for under a £5, so it's all good. And that's Hunted: The Demon's Forge. I'm not really too sure what's going on with this game yet. I've only done the first level. I'm not sure if I like it. The graphics seem a little bit dated, and the gameplay is a bit twitchy at times so far. I can't really say much more than that about it. It's semi-unique, I guess, RPG in the style of Gears of War. I hope I get into it anyway. Fantastic box art cover, I mean, look at that. More games should concentrate on their box art. Next is a game that I'm ashamed of myself for not finishing yet. I got this on release date, I was so excited about it. I actually got the collector's edition guide to go with this as well, which I should probably dig out in a minute. I'll make a jump cut after I've showed you the game to go and grab that. I completely forgot about it. Either way, I played this for about 5 hours before the move, and then obviously the move happened. I had to pack away, then move out, then unpack, and I just haven't got around to playing it yet. And that game is the collector's edition of Final Fantasy 13-2. This game is great so far of what I've played. I mean, it's a lot better than Final Fantasy X-2, that's for sure. Not really too sure what's going on in the story yet, and I have finished Final Fantasy 13 myself. As far as the collector's edition goes, it is really nice. I mean, it's a cardboard case, but it's shiny. I don't think it's going to age like Xenosaga and Shadow of the Colossus. The best thing about this collector's edition, and I don't know if this is going to show up on webcam that well, is the fantastic lithograph? I can't believe I just said that. Litho of lightning, and it's a bit stuttery, it's not showing up on the webcam that great, but in life it's great. I opened this case for the first time, this was on top of the game, and it actually freaked me out a little bit. I was like, what the fuck is going on? But that is absolutely fantastic. I won't display it on the wall, it belongs together with the rest of it. But it's an amazing collector's edition, and hopefully an amazing game. I'm enjoying it so far. 2 seconds while I make a jump cut. Alright, and I'm back. Yeah, this is the collector's edition guide, which is absolutely amazing. It is one of the best collector's guides I've ever owned. It's got a padded front cover. It's hard to show you, but it's soft to touch essentially. It is absolutely beautiful. You can tell a lot of time's gone into the quality of this book. I haven't looked through it yet. I'm not one for game guides. I'll have a look once I've played the game through once, and then go through it again, see if there's anything I've missed. I only tend to get them if I love the game and just want all the merch to do with it, and it's classed as merch in my eyes. It's actually got two, what are they called? That word I can't remember. 2 thingamabobs. That'll do. Can't talk at the moment, I'm forgetting my words as usual. But yeah, this is amazing. I'm so happy I got this. I actually got this for like £7 at the time as well, so happy days. Last of my pickups, and it's a good pickup. I'm sure you've seen me show the controller once before, and you might have seen it in the background of one of my videos showing off the flat. And I also got this from CEX as well, from £180. It's the reason I went and got those games at the time, because I thought, I'm going to be paying $2.50 postage. If it's only $2.50 postage for one order, I might as well order a bulk load of games at the same time. Thankfully this came in good condition, which I'm really happy about. Actually came in so good condition that it was listed as pre-owned, and I unwrapped it and it still had all the... Sorry, excuse me. It still had all the plastic sheets of film over like the disc tray and the button and stuff. Either way, you probably guessed what it is by now. And it's Xbox 360 Slim, Gears of War 3 edition. I'm so happy I got this. I originally got it because my other Xbox, the disc tray, had stopped opening. You'd press the button and it would do nothing. I'd have to jam at it with a fork or a hair clip is what I was using it to open the disc tray. So I needed a new console, and I wanted to complete my Gears of War 3 limited edition stuff. So I went and got this, and it's just great. I'm so happy I got it. I mean, I can't show you the actual console because it's just below the webcam itself, but you might be able to hear the sounds it makes. Very quiet. I don't know if you heard that, but that was the noise it makes when you turn it on, when you open the disc tray. So that's the end of wave tune and the collectible tune. I really hope you heard that. It surprised me when I got it because I wasn't expecting it to have sound features on it at all. I actually thought that the Xbox could be broke at first because it's got that semi-MIDI tone to it, hasn't it? Anyway, that's my pickups so far. I'm going to try and start doing these on a semi-weekly basis, and instead of doing a pickup video every month, I'm going to try and do a season of videos called Games I Finished Recently, which will give you a chance to see the rest of my collection, which obviously I haven't picked up since I started doing these pickup videos. There's a lot I haven't played yet, and well, I say I haven't played. I've played mostly all of them, but only for about 2-3 hours at a time, and I really need to pick up my arse and start finishing them. I hope to finish every single one of them within 2 years. That might seem a little bit ambitious, considering I've got 360 games now, but I'm going to do it, and I need to just concentrate on one game at a time, which means my pickups are probably going to become less frequent, especially for 360. For PS1, GameCube, PS2, original Xbox, all that, they're probably going to be just as frequent, but not as interesting to most of you, I guess. Anyway, I'm rambling. I've rambled quite a lot in this video, I've noticed. How my flat's coming along, if you're wondering, it's coming along alright. I'm still in a laundry room. I mean, I've tried to place the camera angle so you've got a better view than a tumble dryer back there. I've got my retro consoles, and I say retro, and I just pointed to a GameCube. I've got my last gen consoles and my retro consoles still just standing there on display. I've got some over there as well, such as the SNES and the Mega Drive. I'm waiting to get my big CRT over from my mum's and a TV cabinet to go over there so I can actually play it how it was intended. I can't stand playing games like that on a HD TV, it just doesn't feel right. Anyway, you're rambling again. Sorry for the rambling. So I'm rambling too much. I'm going to try not to do that in my next video. I'm doing my own head in, let alone yours. Yeah, I've gone bright red now. I've embarrassed myself. I think that's everything. Keep an eye out for some more videos. I think I've got a lot more time to make them now. Now I've got my own place. Work's only up the road. It's not like I have to travel far anymore. Anyway, cheers. Enjoy. Okay, sorry guys. Just quickly. 2 games I knew I'd forget. Well, I didn't know I'd forget these. I knew I'd forgotten some, but I thought I'd mention these considering they're quite big titles. And 2 360 games, one being Portal 2, which is absolutely fantastic. The co-op on this game is absolutely amazing. I've yet to finish this single player yet. I've just got to a point, without revealing any spoilers, there's a potato, and I'm loving this game. It is much better than the first one. I was a bit worried about it at first because the first one is obviously such a great game, and I was unsure how it was going to work as a full release, but it's absolutely fantastic. Next game, 360 again, is Rage. I played a little bit of the co-op missions on this. They're kind of fun. I've done a little bit of the story. just realised I did that. That's annoying as hell. I've done a little bit of the story so far, and it's okay. Again, I don't know if I'm going to finish it because it is a bit bland. It seems like it should be Borderlands style with 4 people. If it was 4 people, like 4-player co-op throughout the entire thing, I would absolutely love it, and I doubt I would have put it down by now. But I'll give it another chance at some other point. I've got to, as I said, I need to finish them. So I'm sure you'll see it in games I've finished recently. Sorry about that. This is going to be the last Joker. If I notice anything that I've picked up that I haven't showed, which I think I just have, and I could be lying through my teeth. Yeah. One more game I forgot to mention is Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. Fantastic game. What more can I say about it? Sorry again if I see anything else whatsoever that I forgot to mention, such as Spider-Man for the PS1, Star Wars Episode 1, Jedi Power Battles for the PS1, Duke Nukem, Judge Dredd, Spyro the Dragon, Time Crisis, all stuff I've picked up since thing. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to show them. I'm going to start fresh for my next video. Sorry guys, it will try not to be as jittery for the next one. Cheers. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've watched the whole of this, you're a trooper. Cheers. See ya. Soon, I guess. Yeah. Jabba.